Wick Chapter 3.
Parabellum. Is that Latin?
It's Latin for prepare for war.
Prepare
I only
for
know
war.
that because they say it in the movie.
Well, we're back.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I think so
So
too.
what's the last time we did a review was...
Not Endgame, right?
It was Endgame.
What?
But we've seen other movies, we just didn't feel like they were worthy of a review. That's a quote from this guy right here. So, John Wick, Chapter 3. You've seen the first and second chapter?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Let's go right out. Where do you rate these of the three?
It's a classic, just like a classic trilogy. It's the first is the best, second is the worst, third is better than the second.
I didn't think second was all that bad. I thought they set it up. They set up the world. That
Oh yeah, they definitely did a good job setting it up.
Right off the bat, I have to say, Keanu Reeves is one of the best.
Dude, Keanu Reeves can do no wrong in my mind.
He was born to play this role. He was born to play Speed.
He was born to play Neo.
Yeah, Neo. It's just this role fits him so perfectly, and I thought he did a wonderful job, an awesome job, and I was. This movie picks up right
when the second one ends.
and you get into this movie right away. Like I was into it. And I was like, okay, what's gonna happen? How is he gonna survive? And so I love this movie coming out.
Same. I loved it. It was fun. I think one of the best practical action movies that I've seen in a really long time. That's putting aside like Avengers and all those superhero movies. That's all like kind of it's a superhero movie.
Yeah.
This is just like gunfighting, knife fighting, fist fighting, kick fighting.
If you like that, remember I showed you that movie, The Raid.
Yes.
In fact, the guys that are in the movie, The Raid, is in this movie, and
those are the two ninjas.
Yeah, and most of those people are the choreographic of the fighters and fighting are actually from the people from The Raid. Mm-hmm. So if you get a chance, watch that movie. That movie has some awesome hand-to-hand combat and martial art type of movie that you'll love. And so
this movie I would best describe as it is a trilogy. There's chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. But if you put this all into one collective movie, it would be the third act of a movie. Because it is 80% fighting. No joke.
Yeah.
Keanu probably has like 20 lines of dialogue.
He actually did his own stunt. 85% of it, he did all his own stunts.
Good for him.
He's not Tom Cruise, but he's still better. He's still the best. All right. Anyways, let's get it out of the way. Is there anything that you didn't like about this movie?
There's one thing I didn't like.
Okay.
And if you haven't seen this, spoiler alert, this is what happens. So the whole movie, John Wick has this agenda, you could say, to go to this desert place to the head of the table
That was so dumb.
And then he gets there and he does the thing. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
And this is a spoiler. Talk about it, man.
Yeah, well, he goes to like the head of the table, the head of this agency or whatever it is, and he pledges his allegiance to him and what has to kill the owner of the hotel. And he's like, okay, perfect. That's what I've got to do to earn my way out.
My way in.
My way in.
In this case.
And then he goes back to the hotel with the intention to kill the guy. And he just doesn't. He's like, nah, I'm not going to.
Yeah, and I think that was one of my issues as well. Is the story in this movie itself was just it's just an ordinary story that you've seen it before. He's got to get to the head, the big boss, and try to.
This was a video game.
Yeah, basically.
It was a video game. There was waves of people, and he had to take over a boss.
My question when I first saw this. How do they know who killed who and what in the desert? Man, they gotta have some good Wi-Fi there. Like his satellite, it's pretty amazing to be able to keep up with all these assassins and all over the world, and to know him by name. They know him by name. So it's like my other thing, promise is like I agree with Paul what he said. He goes there, he wants back in, chopped off his finger, and goes back, doesn't kill. Why not just kill the big guy? They just kill them all.
I don't know what happened.
It didn't make any sense for him to do all that, and then all of a sudden in the end, goes back to the hotel and says, "I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to work with you now." That was one of the weak points.
And then gets betrayed at the end anyway. So.
Yeah.
But that being said, that wasn't enough for me to hate the movie.
No.
The entire rest of this movie is awesome.
Let's talk about the action.
Okay, the action.
Oh my gosh.
First thing I noticed, there's a cool tint, cool colors whenever there is fighting.
Fighting, the
And
palette.
whenever there is dialogue and whenever it gets a little slow, it's warmer colors. That's something I observed on my own. I thought that was really creative.
It gets brighter when it fights, except for that one scene.
Just cool colors, like blues, purples, grays. And then when it's like when they're talking, it's all reds, yellows, oranges.
I thought like the action, like what's kept me at the edge of my seat. Him riding the horse and shooting people on motorcycles, stabbing people. Oh man, it's.
What was your favorite kill?
My favorite kill, probably when he fought those guys in the night, a bunch of knives and stuff. That action sequence was one of my favorite. One of my kills was when he got the axe at the end of that fight and just poof, and just killed that dude right in the head, just goes right down.
Right.
I thought that was pretty crazy. And so
I need to watch this movie again to get my favorite, but the one that sticks out in my mind first was his very first kill, where he kills Boban.
Boban, yeah.
He kills Boban.
The book that
lays a book on the edge of a desk.
Oh my god.
Takes his head and puts it over the book, and then hits him and kind of breaks his neck. It was really violent. Very cool.
I thought that part right there when he before that kill, before the finish him, he got the book, put it in his mouth.
Oh yeah, he kept hitting it.
I was like, oh jeez, this is pretty violent. It's like
this is a very violent movie.
Yeah.
It really set the tone for the whole movie.
One of my favorite quote of the movie was actually by what's his name? The guy that plays the manager of the hotel.
Ian McShane.
Ian McShane. And he was talking to that gentleman that was the front desk guy, and he's talking, and I don't know what the dialogue is, and he says like, you put out this bounty for 14 million, and he turns to him and said, yeah, I was just trying to make it even.
Yeah.
Even for who? That's crazy.
For New York.
For New York, against John Wick. I thought that was setting the tone that John Wick was gonna survive, and he's gonna find a way to survive this whole entire being excommunicated and trying to kill him. So that's one of my favorite quotes. So
yeah. Other than that, I don't have any problems, and I all around like this movie.
I love this movie, and so I still like you. I like the first one a little bit better, just because it was more grounded.
It was story driven.
Yeah, it's story driven itself. But this one was pure action and action.
Right. All right. I will give this opening night.
Yeah, me too. Opening night.
Cool.
Go check this out. I want to go see this again. So.
Same.
All right, next.